White, man, listen, Dana White's he's more busy with the slap fighting stuff and this and that. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't got a personal message for them.
Slapping his wife.
Inshallah, yeah, slapping his wife and doing that stuff. My focus is just the UFC because we know who runs it. Deep. Maybe Hunter Campbell if he's listening, or Sean Shelby, because I know Sean Shelby runs my weight class. But I need that contender series shot this year. If I don't get a late notice call, you know what I mean, I'm gonna try my best to stay ready. But
Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Yusuf from MMA 101 بالعربي. Today we have a special guest. We have a Palestinian fighter who is living in USA and fighting in American promotions. He has an impressive record of 14 wins and 3 losses. He's playing in LFA. He's a lightweight. He is called AK-47. We will know why later on. He has, out of the 14 wins, he has 6 knockouts or TKO, 1 submission and 7 decisions. We have Askar Askar.
How are you?
Wallah, alhamdulillah. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great. Well, I'm on the way to training right now to get it in.
Yeah, so what is the time right now? You are in Colorado,
right? Now
right?
in Denver, Colorado. It's 9 a.m. right now.
Oh, wow. And
it's not early for most people here, but it's early for me.
We are finishing the day here, 8 p.m. in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, wow, yeah. That's all 12 hours ahead. Okay, 11 hours.
Yeah, in several fights that you had and your brother Mu'taz, yeah, I was putting some clips about your finishes, and some of the people who are watching the channel, they asked me, who is this Askar Askar and Motaz Askar? These are Palestinians, but we are not aware of. So if you can give us just a background about you, you were born in Palestine or in USA, just from the beginning. Tell us your story.
Yeah. So from the beginning, we were born overseas. I was born in Jerusalem, actually. And I was 7 years old. Ezra was 3 years old when we first moved to the United States. You know what I mean? We wanted to chase a little bit of a better life, give us better opportunity. And he moved out here back in 2000. He came out here for a year, and then he moved us out right after him. And then, at a young age, he wanted us to learn, self-defense and just to protect ourselves, especially being in a new country. And the first thing we started with at a very young age was Taekwondo. We started training, and it just took off from there. I feel like we just have a fighter's mentality in our mind, especially just like the Palestinian people. So it was just easy for us to attract to it. And being brothers that were doing it around each other, it motivated us to continue to do it and get better together. So we came here when we were very young. We've been living here since, and I've been moving to a few different states throughout my life to find good training and good coaching and good teammates.
So you are living with your family? Your parents are with you?
No, right now I'm living in Colorado, just me and Askar and Motaz. Now it's me, Askar. Asif is the second oldest. He's 26. I'm 28. And there's Habib Aiz. And then Aiz is, how old are you, Aiz?
Hello, Aiz.
I'm 24. Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. كيفك يا عز؟
Good to be here. Alhamdulillah. Thank you for having us on, man.
So I didn't introduce you. You have an impressive record. I don't know which is correct, Tapology or Sherdog. You have 3-1 or 4-1 record?
4-1. Tapology is right. 4-1.
Hello. Now I'm seeing Mu'taz playing in different promotions. So what is your next plan? Are you going to play in LFA like Askar, or what is your plan?
Me, I'm not signed with anybody, and I'm not signed with LFA or nothing. I get fights wherever I get them. If I get them in Colorado, in the US, anywhere else, it doesn't matter. LFA, whatever promotion. I'm not signed to nobody, so I don't care. I just want to fight,
Okay, one question that some people would have, especially non-Palestinians, like you are living in USA, why you are raising Palestinian flag? Do you remember things in Palestine when you were like 7 years old, 3 years old? Do you travel there or just talk with family there?
Yeah, so I've been that's the thing. We haven't been back since, but I have a very vague memory of what we were living like when we were there. You know what I mean? And then we stay in contact with family members, and it's just the blood that's in our veins. So it's like we represent where we came from. You know what I mean? Obviously, I love the United States, and we would love to represent the United States. But who we are deep down in our blood. We're Palestinians, you know. So I feel like every time we fight, you represent the country you were born in, and that's where we were born, and that's what we're proud to be. So you know, anytime I get the opportunity to raise that flag or have that flag on my gear, I'm gonna put it on.
Have you ever traveled there?
Ever since I was born, Wallah, no, I have not. We have not gone back. You know, my mom went back actually in 2019, and we were supposed to go with her, and then she got stuck because of the 2020 pandemic. You know what I mean? And she ended up being there for almost. Yeah, she was there for almost 2 years. We didn't see her. You know, a year and a half, and it was a crazy chance. That's like, you know, that happened during that time. But we, you know, every year we tell ourselves we're gonna plan. But with this fighting stuff and life and things just take over, and you're like, I'll do it when this happens. I'll do it when this happens. But inshallah, this upcoming year will be the year when we would visit back with our mom, and we just spent a few months there. You know, after we get some fights out the way, inshallah, I get sent to the UFC.
Inshallah. Whenever you are in the Arab world, just tell us. We would like to meet you physically, both of you.
Of course. Inshallah, we'll be in Dubai within the next year. If the UFC does right, you know, get me signed up to that promotion, and you know, have me fight back there.
Inshallah. Any talks been done with UFC or with the managers to facilitate moving to the UFC?
I mean, other than they're like, it looks like they're trying to put me on Contender Series this year. Dana White Contender Series.
In September?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be in August.
Hello.
Yeah, it's coming a little early. So they told me that as long as I'm gonna fight again in February, inshallah, and then they're like, we can wait for August or we can fight 1 or 2 more. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna play it by feel. I'm gonna fight right now. My focus is to fight in February. I'm fighting for LFA February 17th, and my focus is to win that fight, and then we'll see where we're at. We're on track to fight in August for the Dana White Contender Series.
How far are you from the title in LFA?
I mean, I feel like I'm one fight. I could win this one, and then the one after this could be for the belt. You know what I mean? But the mushkila with that is it's not like they pay any different between belt or no belt. I know the belt is it's good for you to have, so the UFC can look at you. But I'm at the point where my record is so big. You know, I have one of the biggest records in LFA. It's so big. I feel like one more fight and I should be on a Contender Series. You know, I should fight somebody in front of Dana White to change my life instead of fighting for a belt. And
True.
Then I feel like you get the belt, you have to do still late notice or this or that. But if it comes, it comes. I'll take the belt.
Yeah, but you know UFC and their behavior. Always first fight for you. You should expect that it will be a short notice, 1 week, 2 weeks.
Yes, 100%. That's how they are. That's the truth. Inshallah, with the Dana White Contender Series, it'll be a smooth, you know, at least a nice little camp in.
We move to Mu'taz. Mu'taz, I see that like there is a 4-year span between you and your brother in everything in martial arts. You started 2019, he started 2015. So was he a role model for you to start martial arts, or what happened?
Yeah, of course. Askar and Asif, both of them, they started doing Taekwondo, like they said, before me. And then they moved to a gym called LA Boxing, and they started doing boxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. Everything they did, I wanted to do, even if whatever sport we played, if it was basketball, soccer, whatever, we always used to do everything together. So when they joined the gym, maybe about a year later, I was about 12, I joined with them. I didn't know what it was, but I just joined right behind them. And then, yeah, of course, Askar and Asif, both role models for me, you know. Every time they fight, I always felt like it was my turn to go and fight. And every time they won, I was like, oh, man, there's a lot more pressure for me now. I got to go undefeated. I got to keep winning. I can't lose. I got to keep finishing people just because of watching them. They're big role models for me, you know, and that's because the reason I'm in Colorado, you know, and got my life moving in the right way. Inshallah, we'll both be in the UFC in the next year together, you know.
Inshallah. Is Asif playing also or fighting professionally?
Yeah, so Asif was fighting professionally, but a lot of injuries took him out of the game. You know, he had neck surgery, 2 knee surgeries, a lot of, you know what I mean, a lot of suffering and this on the body. So right now he's just taking taking a little bit of you know, a coach side role on right now. And inshallah, if it's in the cards of Maktub, he'll be back. But right now he's just, you know, our support, our coach, and Morana. you know, in the corner every time.
Inshallah salama. Where do you train, guys? In Colorado?
Yeah, we train in a gym in Colorado called Factory X, actually.
Factory X.
Yeah, under Coach Mark Montoya. We got the teammates we got here are like Yusuf Zalal. It was one of our teammates. I mean, he's like a brother to us, literally one of our brothers. And then we got Chris Gutierrez, Alex Hernandez, Jonathan Martinez. You know what I mean? Jonathan Martinez and Chris Gutierrez had big years this year, beating Cub Swanson and Frankie Edgar. And, you know, we have a roster of UFC fighters, LFA fighters, just high-level individuals. That's the reason why we moved to Colorado. We were training in Chicago, but Chicago doesn't really have a lot of big MMA fighters or good coaches. You know, so we knew we needed to make the move to a gym where it had high-caliber coaches, high-caliber athletes.
I knew that you are like training partner with Yusuf Zalal in November when I put the top 5 Arab fighters, and you were first and second, both of you.
Yes, yeah. We were so happy. We're so happy. Stuff like that makes us, because it's not just the you know what I mean, like the United States MMA junkies, just, you know, that stuff where they have to cycle. It's like it felt genuine. It felt like, you know what I mean, we represented a certain part of the world, and we were both very proud to see that.
Yeah, I'm doing it based on records, based on finishes, no favorism at all. When these people are selected, it's earned, not given. So you did the hard work at the end.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
طيب, I want to ask Mu'taz. Mu'taz, do you feel that Askar is hard to impress in MMA?
Oh yeah, for me, 100%. Turn away. That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, like I said, since we were younger, when I first started as an amateur, I felt like all he did, you know, he got his record up to 10-0, and my other brother too, and they were both undefeated. And for me, I was like, man, I have to be undefeated like these guys. Everything I did, it's like, you have to do better. I'd go finish somebody in the first round, 35 seconds, 30 seconds, knock them out. They're like, it's good, but you got to do this and that. It's always something. So definitely hard to impress, but, you know, at the same time, I know that they're proud of me for everything I do and how I fight. You know, it all goes in a circle. It's just like now, as I got older, it's the same thing when they fight. You know, they have to impress me now too. You know, it's not just I have to impress them. You know, we're both going on the same path and the same journey together. So definitely sometimes hard to impress, but at this point in our careers, you know, we're just pushing each other to be as good as we can. You know.
Tell me the story of Lishmach, the Red Shmach. You three were like gangsters.
Yes. Yeah. So we have an annual party here at Factory X. It's one of the coolest things we do every year. We have a party to just celebrate the year and the fights and you know what I mean, and look back at what we accomplished as a team throughout the year. You know, and it gives us a little bit of time to have some camaraderie with the teammates and just get to know each other on a deeper level. So every year we get to pick the theme. Last year we were cowboys. You know what I mean? I don't know any how to be cowboys, but yeah. So we dressed like
cowboys.
Yeah, like cowboys, but we dressed like migrant workers. We didn't look good. We looked very underdressed. And after we knew that it was you know, you dress up and you got to look very nice with your outfit. When they said it was mobster this year, I knew what we wanted. You know, I knew what we were gonna do. So I had my Emmy, and you know what I mean. Talked to my mom, and we got the suit. We got those suits. We delivered to Colorado. We got the hot dogs delivered to Colorado. And I think we look great. Everybody
wallah, perfect.
You know what I mean? Yeah, put a little bit of culture in it.
طيب, the second question, in you three, who was the good, the bad, and the ugly?
Well, I would say Asif is the good. You know what I mean? If you know Asif got the kind of, he has a good soul. You know what I mean? He cares about everybody. He wants to take care of everybody. But you know what I mean? He's very empathetic. I would say I'm the bad because I get mad easy. Yeah, Izzo can tell you that. And so with that category, we got to make Izzo the ugly. But even though he's a little cute, you know. But so
لا حرام يا أخي, he's cute.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's definitely not the bad. He's not the bad. I'm the bad. So Asif's the good. I'm the bad, and we'll have to make Izzo the ugly.
خلاص, يعني by the law of exclusions, Mu'taz, you need to accept this.
That's it. I'll take it. We're gonna give Asif the good. It's all good. You know, it's okay.
Okay. I was about to say, if you want to be the bad, you can be the bad. I can be the ugly.
There we go. No, I'm good on that. Keep it how it was. I like it.
Yeah, to be an ugly man is not a bad thing. As long as your pockets are full, then it's fine.
That's it. And if you're a good soul, that's it, you know?
Yeah.
You can be as ugly as you want.
What is your single strong point يعني في martial arts? You played several sports, بس مثلا can we say that the area where you feel comfortable is striking, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, both of you?
Yeah, so for me personally, I feel like my number one thing is striking. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm a pressure striker, so I like to strike. But that's one thing I tell myself the last few years, and I've been even telling Ezra and Asif is we're MMA fighters. You know what I mean? We have to go. We know how to do everything. On top wrestling, on bottom jiu-jitsu, and then obviously striking. But man, naturally, it feels so good to hit somebody and break them or knock them out, or you know what I mean, or just see them like wilt up under your punches. So I like striking the most personally.
Hello. What about you, Mu'taz?
Yeah. For me, I'd say it's my musara'a, is my wrestling. Because I started wrestling when Askar and Asif, they were both training in the gym doing MMA. I was wrestling in high school and I took it super serious. But I'd say my wrestling, even like when I was an amateur, Abuya, he would always say after all my fights, this guy's like Khabib, he's like Khabib. He would always tell everybody, you know. So I take a strong like suit into my wrestling, but I've been getting better in everywhere in every aspect of MMA. At times where I just want to stand up and strike, and I forget that I can wrestle, you know. But if I had to say my best thing of MMA, it would be my musara'a, my wrestling.
My question to Askar: if you are in a position on the ground where you have two options, you can get a submission or ground and pound. What do you choose?
Ground and pound.
Okay.
Ground and pound all day, all day. If a submission is good, I like, you know, obviously I will jump for a submission if it's there. But I feel like the ground and pound, I feel like maybe I'll ground and pound into the submission. You know what I mean? But no, I'll take ground and pound over everything if I'm on top.
You do it for the enjoyment or for the fans or?
And I do a little bit of enjoyment for me, and I know as a fighter, you could break somebody. You could break them with a good amount of strikes. You know, especially if you're on top and you're running your hands down, your fist or your elbow down on their face. You can break them mentally and physically, and then you can put them in that choke and finish them easier. But yeah, and the fans love it because you know they don't want to just see you squeezing, and they're sitting there wondering what's going on. So a little bit of visual for both, but I feel like the ground and pound causes good damage. We have our coach Mark has a saying here called "You got to cook them." You know what I mean, on the ground.
Yeah.
So when I'm on top, I'm looking to. I don't want to just go right away for the submission or right away for the finish with a big punch. I want to slowly make it hard for them and hot, and so I feel like doing good ground and pound does that. You know, it makes them break.
Yeah, and it will make the submission easier for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Way easier.
Yeah, Az, same question.
And I would say ground and pound, but I must say submission because I feel like every time I'm in a fight, if I'm ready to ground and pound and they open up something for me, because a lot of people don't like to get hit, regardless if they're fighters or not. I always go for the submission. So I got a bunch of rear naked choke finishes. So because when I'm on the back, a lot of people open it up for me. I always want to strike, but when it's open, it's open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, it's like being in the fight. You know, a lot of people are tough too. So the ground and pound, some people won't just give up. They'll just fight. And, you know, if I find the neck or the arm or whatever, the submission, I go for the submission. Sometimes I go for the submission too early, you know, and I fall off. And so, but if I have to say, as much as I like ground and pound and I want to ground and pound, I usually want to tend to just finish the fight. And if I can find the submission, I go for the submission.
You meet up with other Arab fighters other than Yusuf Zalal, maybe Palestinian fighters like Bilal Muhammad, Abdul Karim Al-Silwadi, Ali Al-Gaisi, the Arab gang in USA.
Yeah, we used to train with Bilal a little bit back in the day. You know what I mean? He's not in our weight class. He's a little bit bigger, 170. You know what I mean? So we used to be in the same room. And then I know Izzo met Al-Sawadi a couple times when he went to Texas. I didn't get the chance to meet Al-Sawadi, but I'm good friends with him. You know what I mean? I talk to him on social media and here and there and support his career. But I'm inshallah maybe we could head down to Texas and get some training with Sawadi. That's the thing right now is we're all here, but in different states. Every week I talk to different a few lads in Canada that I they're Palestinians coming up, still very, very young kids coming up to fight in MMA, doing kickboxing. So we got a lot covering the United States. you know, obviously above in Canada, above the United States.
حلو ان شاء الله 2023 and we want to see you Askar and عبد الكريم السلوادي in the UFC and following you معتز not in 4 years, maybe we say 2 years.
2 years inshallah.
Yeah, 2 years for sure. Inshallah. As soon as I get in, Aziz will be right behind me, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Wallah, all the best, and both of you make us proud, believe me. Yani, what you are doing in the octagon, something that everyone loves to watch. These are the real Palestinians.
That means a lot, Wallah. That means a lot. I would love representing Palestine and not letting people know where we come from. And I'm so excited to finally make it to the UFC, because one of my biggest goals and dreams of late is to come back and fight in Dubai in front of that crowd and just be back there and, you know, and just fight in front of the people. And yeah, I just can't wait.
Inshallah. The fights are in Abu Dhabi, not in Dubai.
Abu Dhabi, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the capital.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, on Fight Island, right?
Yeah, Fight Island. Here it's like 20 minutes from my home. So whenever you come,
super cool.
Yeah, whenever you come, inshallah you will be fighting in the next event, maybe in October or so.
Yeah, inshallah, inshallah.
I will give you like a minute each. Give me a word that you would love to say to the Arabs who are watching you, and to the world also. Maybe a message to Dana White.
Yeah, I'll start first. Yani, I can't thank everybody enough. The support means the world to me. Every time I my family from back home, and how they show their support for us, and you know how proud they are of us when we fight. It means the world will always represent Palestine and have the flag with us, you know what I mean, as much as we can. Yeah, I know the UFC restricts that now, but we'll always represent it, you know, let the people know. And then obviously the what's happening back home people need to have eyes on it to see what's happening so we could, you know, change it. So that's another thing too. And then just all our teammates, everybody that supported us, pushed us, our coaches, I can't thank them enough. And, you know, shout out to everybody that's been supporting us and watching our careers. It means the world to us. You know, it makes it easier to fight when you know you got an army of people that are watching behind you.
And to Dana White?
Dana White, listen, Dana White, he's more busy with the slap fighting stuff and this and that. But
slapping his wife.
Inshallah, yeah, slapping his wife and doing that stuff. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I don't got a personal message for Dana White right now. My focus is just the UFC, because we know who runs it. You know, deep. You know, maybe Hunter Campbell if he's listening, or Sean Shelby, because I know, you know, Sean Shelby runs my weight class. But I need that contender series shot this year. If I don't get a late notice call, you know what I mean, I'm gonna try my best to stay ready. But I'm the kind of guy that likes a nice camp. So if I get that guaranteed contender series fight, I need it. I need that fight. I need that fight this year. I need to change my life. I need to start, you know, making some money off of this fight game and trying to like put Palestine on the map at 135. And inshallah, my brother and Swadi right behind us, we're going to take over 155, 145, and 135. Start putting us in there, you know. There's not a lot of Palestinian fighters in the UFC outside of Bilal Muhammad. So to have us go in, it's, you know, it's going to change the landscape of the divisions.
That's what we always say, that with the contract that they have with Abu Dhabi, just bring some Arab fighters here in Abu Dhabi fighting and see the crowd. You will not fight the place for a needle there. And keep praising the flag high. You are not only fighters, you are guys with a message. You go to places where not many people can go there. So always represent, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Mu'taz,
yes, sir.
Last words.
And I want to just thank everybody, obviously, all my teammates, everyone at the gym, everyone that supports us. Like Askar said, the people back home, our biggest supporters, our brothers, our sister, our mom and dad, 100%, their family, our family, all our cousins. And like you said, being able to represent the Palestinian people and then Arab and Muslimin in general, it's a great thing. And, you know, being on this side in the world, in the U.S., still having the support of all these people from across the country, it means a lot to us. To hold the Palestinian flag means a lot more than people think. It's not just a flag we're holding up. We're representing our people and all the Arab in general and all the Muslimin. So we obviously, and we love that we met you, and you know, and you give us a platform to show to all these Arab, and you know, we're gonna keep representing, and then all I gotta say, Dana White, sign my boy. That's it. Sign my man. You know what I mean? And then sign me. You know, that's all we need. That's it.
You heard it, Dana White. Thank you, Shabab, for your time. I really appreciate your time in the morning where I can meet you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Inshallah, soon within this year we'll see you. Yeah.
Inshallah. We see you here in Abu Dhabi, inshallah, soon this year.
inshallah.
Yes.
الله شوف. السلام عليكم.